Good morning.
Good morning.
First off, I would like to thank Pastor Jackson and the entire Dallas Indian United Methodist family for having me here in this United Methodist Student Day. It is an honor to be here today. Work smarter, not harder. I've heard this saying my whole life, mostly from my dad, and never really understood or cared to understand what it meant in my younger years. You see, I basically dropped out of school when I was a sophomore. I had to work very hard during my junior and senior years to catch up. This means I was working harder, not smarter. I even ended up doing night school my senior year, which meant that I was at school from 8:15 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. After all that work, I fell 2 credits short when it came time to graduate in 1998. I ended up going to summer school and tried to take a long-distance class by enrolling in Texas A&M, but that didn't work out so well. Back then, we didn't have online classes, and everything had to be turned in through the mail. I think I ended up turning in like one assignment, and needless to say, I did not end up passing the class. So there I was at the end of summer school with 1 credit needed to graduate, and I did not know what I was going to do to end up making it. I ended up getting a job with my father and helping him out. I was getting paid $5.50 an hour, and I was loving it. I was an 18-year-old kid with a car and a little bit of income. However, I knew in the back of my mind that I still had that 1 credit to earn to graduate. This is what I consider to be one of my biggest decisions of my life. I decided to go back to school and earn my 1 credit, which I did. When I finished night school, they asked if I wanted to walk across the stage with the 1990 class in May. I told them no because I was embarrassed to walk across with kids that were juniors when I was a senior. I know for a fact that this decision hurt my mother's feelings. However, I was finished with school and I vowed never to return to class again. I was going to go work and earn money. By this time, I had hurt my knee in my dad's job and I couldn't work there anymore. I ended up taking a job wherever I could find it. I worked for Best Buy, Mainer's grocery store, a Methodist hospital, and many warehouse jobs. I was a car salesman, a forklift driver. I even sold cologne on the street. I finally ended up at a metal company, which I really enjoyed working at. I was 25 years old and I was in line to become the youngest manager in the company's history. I worked at this company, getting paid $7.25 for 3 years. I thought I had found a company that I would make work forever, and retire from. In 2007, I was married to my beautiful wife, Susan. Life wasn't much different. We had already been together for 5 years and we were very comfortable with each other. I wouldn't say that life changed until about January of 2009. That is when my son, AJ, was born. My boy changed everything for me. I no longer cared about what I wanted as much as I cared for what he needed. I began taking days off when he had a fever and making sure that he was healthy as he could be. While all this was going on, one of my customers at my job decided that they were going to push back some orders, which hurt how much money my company was making. 3 months after my son was born, I was laid off of my job. It was then and there that I made the decision that I was never going to be in that position again and decided to do something I promised I would never do again. I went back to school as a 29-year-old freshman. It was tough. I had forgotten many things in the 10 years that I had not been in school. I had to take many developmental classes in math and writing. However, I worked my backside off trying to understand the material. It took a while because I was already a husband and a father, but I was starting to become a good student. Then 2013 happened, and another little one decided to grace us with her presence, my daughter Aubrey Rose. The spring of that year, I signed up for 3 classes at El Central College when the bill came up. We had no other money available, so I dropped the 3 classes, got my refund, and I paid the bill. I knew that we could not afford for me to go to school any longer, so I went back and I got another job as I was hired at L'Oreal USA. It was a great job with great benefits. Every 3 months, they would give their employees $200 to spend in their online store. Needless to say, my wife loved it. However, I hated my job. I was always looking for reasons not to go into work. If that ever happens to you, please find somewhere else to work. You need to love what you are doing for a living, or you will find ways not to do it. I decided to go back to school at night and on the weekends. I can honestly say that was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to accomplish in my life. Here I am, a father, husband, employee, and a student at the same time. Through the grace of God, I got to the point where my family and I were on vacation, and I just did not want to go back to work. We had saved a little bit of money, so I decided to jump off the cliff and quit my job with the support of my family and focus on school. I graduated from El Central College in May of 2016 with a GPA of 3.84, which gave me access to many different types of scholarships through the Texas Tech University, where I graduated in August of 2017 with a GPA of 3.88 while earning magna cum laude honors. I am now a fourth grade teacher at Winnetka Elementary down the street, where I cannot wait to see my kids every day. I love my job. Also, my family has added another one, Miss Aria Jasmine. So in closing, I want to leave you with these words. Get your schooling out of the way before anything else. Your future self will thank you for it. However, if it takes you a little longer to understand the meaning of these words, remember, it's never too late to start looking into college and making yourself better. Work smarter, not harder. Thank you.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Let the church say amen. Amen. That was quick and short, much unlike the preacher, right? but just as important, okay, no less significant than the message that we've heard about education. They can take a lot of things from us or you, but they cannot take what's in your head and in your heart. Jesus said, "Come and learn of me." And it is a learning process that no matter whether you are 3 years, 4 years of age, or 84 years of age, we are to learn and continue to learn. And education is part of who we are as God's creation in us, is to continue to learn what God has provided for us, be it in mathematics, be it in the sciences, be it in astrophysics, whatever it may be, aerodynamics, it doesn't matter that we keep on learning. God has provided us in His creation in us to learn. And when we stop learning, He generally calls us home. We want to thank God for His message through Brother Ybarra, whereas he persevered through life and continued his education and now is giving to others. That's what it's all about. When we learn, we're better able to give to others and pass on the knowledge and the experience and the wisdom that God gives us. We are blessed to have so many talents and abilities at this church. And Brother Ybarra has demonstrated this through his short and precise message. Perhaps the preacher can pattern in terms of length of sermons that I too can learn to be an instrument that is used by God, just as Brother Ybarra has been an instrument that has been used by God for us today. Let us give God another hand for his gift of the message through Brother Ybarra. Now, will you please stand and sing the invitational